stretch is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
But Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played with dinosaurs roam the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we got to put in David.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
First carry now for David Montgomery.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And he's got to be seeing ghosts here early on. He's thrown 2 passes. Both have been intercepted. 1 run back for a touchdown. Work to do as they begin 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Fields again.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Fields throwing again.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
He completes it to Julio Jones. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st down, Wilson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Wilson going to try once more.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago.
Zach Wilson
with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Fields now to throw. Firing, and Julio Jones has it on the slant. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Julio Jones. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route. And the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat. And then it's off to the races. And there he goes.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Here's Berrios.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them, no matter how many people.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Now it's Wilson.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Pardon me, sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
And Wilson going to keep it again.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is caught at the 8.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Wilson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? It always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis.
On 2nd and 10,
Fields. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Here's Fields.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bears will get the football back. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Wilson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall.
He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he... It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On third down, they go Montgomery. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. First down now, but that clock rolling. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Now Fields. That'll be complete to Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing again on second down.
Fields. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line.
A final shot before the break. Fields. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Jets have recovered.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a good momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To try again after the sack. Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Now a 1st down throw. Fields. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. CeeDee Lamb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete here to Kmet. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Fields. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39.
Back to throw. Fields.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
Being chased out left. And now here's another interception.
And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more. Fields hit, and the ball is loose.
And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Santos with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Takes it at the 7, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On fourth down, Fields.
Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
A handoff for Herbert.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Wilson. He'll get this to Bell. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. After the sack on first down,
Fields
over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Fields now to throw.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though. 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
This is caught. Touchdown, Jets.
CeeDee Lamb
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2.
Fields trying to throw for it.
It's complete, and he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sauce Gardner
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
To throw is Fields.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
2nd and 4. Here's Fields.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now Fields.
Touchdown! Dawson Knox, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Jets are right back in this football game. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Running for it. Here's Cook. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
Touchdown, Bears!
De'Ami Brown
29 yards. And the Bears are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Santos with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit... trying to complete passes.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Cut.
Picks it off.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Here's a give to Herbert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Another carry for Herbert on second down.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Wilson to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season.